Welcome to Downtown Sports. My name is Downtown Stephen Brown, and in today's video, as you could tell from the title, we are going to be talking about Mitch Marner. Now, you might have already seen this before on my Twitter. Hopefully, you've seen it on my Twitter if you have before, or else somebody's been stealing my tweets, and that's really concerning. The other day, I was sent a video from a very good friend of mine, from a friend of his, of another friend. That's very convoluted, but this person was at Canada's Wonderland and they happened to bump into Mitch Marner. And the person probably asked Mitch for a photo. Mitch says, okay. Mitch goes to go lean in for the photo, but the person is in fact taking a video, and they ask Mitch Marner the question that all of us really want to ask him. Now, while I don't agree how this one individual obtained this little snippet of audio that I'm about to let you listen to, I will say that Marner's camp made the decision to make this a very public negotiation, right? They started a fire within Leafs Nation, and I don't think it's really fair to persecute fans for taking an interest in this fire, right? It's taken on a mind of its own. Really, it's made a lot of people angry. It's made a lot of people frustrated. It's made a lot of people just sad, really, to be honest with you. So I definitely don't condone this. Don't be going up to Mitch Marner and doing this. I mean, it was nice enough to come over and offer to take the picture in the first place. But for the people that might get upset with this, I just want to say that I don't feel too bad because of how toxic this negotiation has been. All right, so I'm gonna play out the clip now.
Yeah, I am. Hopefully that's.
Do you want to hear that again?
Yeah, I am. Hopefully that's.
One more time.
Yeah, I am. Hopefully that's.
Let's just give that another go.
Yeah, I am. Hopefully that's.
All right, you get the point. Now, I mean, you might be saying to yourself, well, what else is he really going to say? And I mean, yeah, true. And this is more so just for fun. I'm not reporting anything or anything like that. Maybe the title might be a little bit clickbait, but, you know, we got to do what we got to do here. And the one thing that I will say defending this individual that took the video is that Mitch didn't have to answer his question, right? And if Mitch was really upset about it, I'm sure that he could have asked the individual to just delete the video and the person would have happily obliged, right? I'm not going to say too much about the identity of this person because the original video was posted to Twitter and I don't want to get this person into any more trouble than they might be in already. But the individual is rather young and there was definitely no malicious intent. But every time I do listen to that audio clip, it really does make me feel better, right? I don't care if it's a placebo effect or anything like that. Here in Leafs Nation, we've gone through an excruciating year and a half with all this contract stuff. If this makes me feel better, if it makes any of you feel better, go ahead and rewatch the video 1,000 times. I mean, rewatch the video 1,000 times and tell your friends anyway. But at the same time, there's a certain level of comfort that this brings to me, even though deep down, I know that it really means nothing. And I think the reason for that is that the clip kind of represents the reason why we all fell in love with Mitch in the first place, right? He's just a fun, lovable goof, and this is him being that. But moving on to another talking point here, we have a tweet from a couple of days ago from Satir Shah. I'm very sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And he says, talking with Dollywall Sports today, a source told him the Leafs and Marner were close to a deal 2 weeks ago, but Brendan Shanahan didn't approve it. Lots of rumors circling around RFAs these days. Now, this could be untrue or a lie or fabricated or any of those things, but let's live in the land of hypotheticals for a second here because that's a lot more fun. Now, I'm going to take you back in time a little bit to a couple of weeks before the Nylander ordeal ended up ending. And Brendan Shanahan went on the record to say that these guys need to take discounts, right? And I'm paraphrasing here, but he compared them to his old Detroit team back in the early 2000s that won a bunch of Stanley Cups. Now, back then it was a little bit different because the salary cap didn't exist, but teams always did have a limit to what they could spend, right? Even in the cap era, there are several teams that do not spend right to the cap ceiling because they cannot afford it. And when you look back on what Nylander ended up signing for, it's not a steal of a contract, it's not a bad deal, and it's not an over-the-moon good deal anyway. I would say that it's fair to both sides. It has its ups and it has its downs, no matter what you want to say about William Nylander's season last year. And then fast forward a couple of months, we had the Austin Matthews extension, and I think we'd all be lying to ourselves if we didn't admit that we were a little bit disappointed that the term wasn't longer than 5 years. When you look at the AAV, I think it's fair at 11.634. I mean, any chance that you give me to toot Austin Matthews' horn, I definitely will. So, I mean, the chart that's up on the screen speaks for itself. I don't really want to get too much into the matter, but yeah, Austin Matthews on my team for another 5 years. I don't think I'm going to complain too much about that. So to kind of go over what I'm saying here is that the Nylander deal was fair but not a discount. The Matthews deal was fair but not a discount. So going back to the tweet that I showed you guys earlier, and in this hypothetical that tweet is true, and that's actually what happened, maybe this is Brendan Shanahan putting his foot down and saying, no, look, one of you guys have to take a discount here, or else we're not going to be able to keep this team together. And this is the Leafs cap-friendly page, and I mean, they have their top 9 forwards locked up for the foreseeable future after Mitch Marner's deal gets done. But when you look at the defense, it's only Morgan Riley signed past this season, and if the reports are true that Tyson Barrie wants $8 million per year, and I think the Maple Leafs would definitely love to keep him around, that money's got to come from somewhere, right? So guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, click the like button if you made it this far into the video, and subscribe for more content as always. And guys,
Yeah, hopefully that's...
take care.